I want to tell you about a house in the Berkshires of Western Massachusetts that many believe to be haunted, Ventfort Hall in Lenox. This impressive looking brick brownstone mansion is one of many Gilded Age estates that dot the landscape throughout Berkshire County, and it's one that I've come to know very well because I've been leading the ghost tours there for the last 5 years. This house was built in 1893 by George and Sarah Morgan being the sister of well-known financier J.P. Morgan. But it's actually not the first house that was built on that property. Before the Morgans, there was another family there called the Haggertys, and in the mid-19th century, they built a much smaller house that they called Ventfort, which means strong wind, as it was always known to be a very windy spot. During the time of both the Haggertys and the Morgans, as well as those who came later, the property witnessed waves of love and loss, which some believe are at least partly responsible for the hauntings that so many have claimed to experience at the estate. Over the years, the house has served many different purposes. It has been a hotel, housing for the Tanglewood Music Festival, and a ballet school, among other things. And today it's a house museum where they offer tours and talks and other events, including the ghost tour. When we do these tours, we grab flashlights and walk through the dark house, and I share stories of its hauntings. And I invite people to open up their minds, open up their senses, and just see if they have some kind of experience. And I could tell you from doing these tours over the last 5 years that many guests have reported strange things. And there have been photographs, videos, and audio recordings that seem to document some of the experiences that have been reported there. And one thing I can tell you about. On the second floor of the house, there's a room known as Mrs. Morgan's bedroom. And in that room, there is a mirror. And in that mirror, something strange has been captured in photographs during the tour. It appears to be a tall, slender, shadowy figure. Maybe it's some anomaly or some distortion of the glass in an old mirror, but what's odd about it is that it's not always there. And when it does appear, it's not always in the same place in the mirror, which suggests that it moves. No one seems to know what it is, where it comes from, or where it goes when it disappears, but when it turns up in a photograph, many are convinced that a spirit of some kind is attached to that mirror. Well, if you want to hear more about the ghosts of Ventfort Hall, I encourage you to come on a ghost tour. I offer them throughout the year. To find out when the next one will be, check the museum's website at gildedage.org. I hope to see you there.